How to Get a Gorilla Out of Your Bathtub, written by John Hall, illustrated by Stephen Gilpin. When you discover a gorilla in your bathtub, you've first got to decide whether or not it's okay for him to stay there. If you're sure your dad will say no, then you simply must find a way to get the gorilla out without hurting his feelings. Also, without leaving footprints, which would surprise your mother very much. My, but you do have a problem. A big problem. And that is exactly why I wrote this book. You see, I have discovered a gorilla in my bathtub on several occasions, so I have a pretty good idea on how to get one out. No. Laying a trail of bananas to the door won't work. Gorillas like bathtubs better. And please don't try putting a rope around its tummy. Gorillas do not like ropes around their tummies. It reminds them of being tangled in a bowl of spaghetti. Come now, I can assure you that bringing another gorilla over to play in the backyard is a waste of time. If your gorilla wanted to play with another gorilla, he wouldn't have come to visit you in the first place. Besides, you might end up with 2 gorillas in the bathtub. Oh dear, I see you are going to need a lot of help. Since you're so smart, you might think of turning on the water to frighten the gorilla, but don't. What if the gorilla brought his swimming suit? What a mess you're in for when he starts splashing around. Now, you could order another bathtub and have it delivered to the front yard and hope the gorilla will switch. But how will you explain that to the neighbors? What about taking a 2-week trip to your grandmother's house, you ask? Maybe the gorilla will get lonely and go home. Good idea, but then he might just follow you and get into your grandmother's tub instead. Oh yes, I've tried phoning the gorilla and disguising my voice to sound like the gorilla's mother. But it's not easy to fool a gorilla about his mother's voice. Besides, he knew his mother was at the hair salon anyway. My dear friend, please try not to be frustrated. If the gorilla is still in your bathtub, I should like to tell you that the very best way to get him out is simply to say, "Gorilla, will you please get out of my bathtub now?" Because gorillas are really quite friendly and quite easy to get along with, if you just know how to ask properly. Okay, 3 clues about your mystery reader. Clue number 1. My favorite book is The Book Thief. Clue number 2. I have a lot of books in my classroom. Clue number 3. I teach all the grades at South Breeze.